Hello, it's Gary here from Rise of the Gay Cinephiles. Throughout our video nasty season, a trigger warning will be in place for sexual assault, animal cruelty, graphic violence, racism and other forms of bigotry as we discuss these films from a very different time. It may not apply to all of them, but it's best to keep the trigger warning here just in case. Enjoy the episode. Welcome to Rise of the Gay Cinephiles, the show where we, two gay cinephiles who watch way too many films, discuss various themes and eras of cinema. I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
Welcome to the season finale of the A to Z of the Video Nasties DPP List. The season where we have been discussing all 72 films from the Video Nasty DPP List in alphabetical order, and for this slightly delayed finale, apologies, we're just two witches going behind bars for visiting hours and hoping to not get our flesh eaten by zombies.
Yes, this is it. This is the final episode. We have made it through all 72
We've done it.
films.
Every single one of them.
We've done it.
Unbelievable.
There's been highs.
Yeah.
There's been lows.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some very lows.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm so glad we went on this journey together.
I mean, I'd probably change all the Nazi exploitation
Yeah,
films, the animal violence, but the season has been a lot of fun. It's our first time ever doing a season.
Yeah, it's nice to have things to focus on. And
6 years of podcasting, and we finally have a structure.
We do.
And
we'll start editing soon.
Well, maybe. Let's not go that far. But yeah, we are season girlies now, and this is the final of this season. But as with all the other episodes, we are going to talk about what we've been watching first. So, what is new with Chris and Gary?
We've watched some great films.
We have.
We've watched some excellent films. My favourite new release, Oh no, you'll agree. You will agree.
Will I?
I'm certain that you will.
Okay.
Ooh, it's Zootopia 2.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Yeah. It's a close one. I know what you were thinking, but it is Zootopia 2. Loved the original Zootopia. We watched some very, very heavy films.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's nice to go to the cinema or put on a Blu-ray or, sit in front of the TV and watch something that's quite light and family
And that is
friendly.
not what you get with Zootopia.
And it's not Zootopia.
Is that where you were going with that?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
It was. Yeah, there were moments in that film that were kind of like really heartbreaking.
Yeah,
like really sad and
PG-rated film about gentrification.
yeah, and it's a family film, so I'm not, there's not like mass slaughters or anything like that. But some of the moments, it's a bit like, oh wow,
Yeah.
ooh, this is getting me a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a lot of Disney films. It is a film that is made for adults that children could possibly watch and switch their brains off. So much of it is going to go over their heads.
I think Pixar does that well. I do think Pixar. I mean, I'm not a Disney adult. Do they say?
I mean, technically, you kind of are.
But I haven't watched Disney like
Very specific Disney films.
well Pixar film. We watch Pixar.
Zootopia
films.
isn't Pixar though.
Is it not?
No, it's just Disney.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought it was Pixar.
No. But I see why you'd think it's
this is
Pixar.
confusing.
Because it very much has the sort of themes of a Pixar film.
What's the difference then?
Pixar's a different type of animation.
Oh,
Different studio.
oh shit.
But either way, it's a phenomenal film. And
Certainly not a Disney
for
adult.
me, well, yeah, you've kind of proven that now.
Yeah.
For me, it's better than the first film.
I think they were on par. I think it's difficult for me to sort of separate the two too much because what I enjoyed with the first one is what I enjoyed with the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing tickles me more in these films than very specific animal-based jokes.
Yes.
Yeah, tickles me, really does. I love it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Great for the family, but also great for adults too.
And
I don't think I need to sell Zootopia 2 to anyone.
I don't think you do. I think it's going to make a lot of money. But we will try and sell Pillion, because that would have been my highlight if it wasn't a Zootopia 2. Pillion is fucking filthy, it's funny, it's sad, it's a really incredible queer film that really needs to be seen by everyone. And by all accounts, seems to be seen by everyone. Everyone I follow on Instagram is going to see it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, very British.
Yeah.
Very gay, very queer.
Yeah. Refreshingly kink positive. I think it would make for, and I know everyone hated it, but we loved it. It would make for such a great double bill with Baby Girl in kinky Christmas sex films.
Yeah. Yes.
Really similar in themes and such, but from different genders.
Yeah, but Pillion, it comes across through the advertising that it's somewhat of a comedy, a romantic comedy.
And I think it is.
To a certain extent, but it's also more serious than that.
Of course.
And I think there are a lot of themes that resonate.
Yeah.
That resonate with a lot of people, particularly queer people. It has a lot of layers to it. There's a lot to digest afterwards. Great performances.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like a twat, and I hate this, but it is quite a brave performance from Alexander Skarsgård, who is, a main heartthrob leading man type.
Yeah.
And this is a weird little indie British film about, masks and not masks and subs, doms and subs. Yeah. So it's a brave performance. I'm sure we're past that now, but it's refreshing, I suppose, to see someone like Alexander Skarsgård be able to take on a role like this and do it well and do it justice. And I don't feel like any point he thought that the subject matter was beneath him or weird, or he seems to take it quite seriously, which is nice.
Yeah. For older films, we watched Murder on the Orient Express, the 1974 version, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love ensemble all-star casts. This, I think, was the first one. Because it had Albert Finney. I think Peter Ustinov took over as Poirot. So I think this was the first one. It won an Oscar for Ingrid Bergman, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I love a big cast of real heavy hitters, and these films do that fine. It's great.
We started Christmas with Bow, Book and Candle.
We did. That's a fun film.
Christmas film.
Yeah.
Very, doesn't get as much attention as it deserves. Speaking of gay films, that's extremely gay.
It's campy. Very, very campy.
And the whole thing is an allegory for being one of us.
Yes, pretty much. And lusting over someone who's far too old.
Yes. I watched 2 films, just me. I watched Hal House, Origins, the Carmichael Manor, which I gave up on those films. Chris has still given up on those films. It's not enough to convince him.
Can't be asked.
I gave up on those films a long time ago, but after the 3rd film. But I had this one recommended to me, and it was genuinely really creepy. I really enjoyed it. And also Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Yes, justice for Paul Dano. But still, and Matthew Lillard, obviously. But there's no denying that Kill Bill, as a whole, like the 2 films together, is one of the greatest films ever made. And I'd seen both previously, but watching them as one film just feels like a completely different experience. It's incredible. Really worth the 4.5 hours. And also, we have both discovered a filmmaker we'd seen one film by him before and we enjoyed it, but we didn't love it. That film was Happy Together, and of course the director was Wong Kar-wai. And over the past 2 weeks, we've watched Chongqing Express, Days of Being Wild, and In the Mood for Love. And consider me blown away.
Chongqing Express we watched first.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. But the moment that the cover by Faye Wong of the Cranberries' Dreams started, I felt a shift in the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I thought to myself, Gary was loving this before, but I know Gary is fucking loving this now.
So all you need is a good needle drop.
You love a needle drop. You love a great needle drop, and that's one of the best.
Yeah.
Like, really amazing stuff. Absolutely stunning. Very romantic, actually. A little weird, which is great.
Yeah.
Love a film that's slightly off. And just a really great time. Loved it. Loved the aesthetic. Slightly Lynchian. I know that's the go-to thing, but it's true.
It is. It really is, though.
And yeah, a little film noir in there. Yeah, loved it. Highly recommend.
Yeah. But In the
Chungking
Mood for Love
Express
is my favourite.
But In the Mood for Love,
ever so slightly.
Yes.
And Days Being Wild is great, but In the Mood for Love, Chungking Express were on another level and immediately made it into my top 20 films of all time, both of them.
In the Mood for Love, if I had watched it when it came out, I would have made it my personality.
You would have.
For a long time, and I might still do that now.
Yeah.
It was
just don't start smoking again.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, that's true. Beautiful, stunning, so different to what I'd expected.
Yeah.
I'd expected a pure romance, and there's a little more to it than that. Not to give too much away, but I loved some amazing needle drops as well in that. Loved the soundtrack, the aesthetic. It just, absolute perfection.
Yeah.
Although, you know, if you're listening to us, I'm sure we don't need to sell In the Mood for Love to you.
That's true.
One film new release that I feel like we maybe disagreed on a little bit, because I did want to mention it because I enjoyed it thoroughly. Blue Moon.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, the new Richard Linklater film.
I liked it. It was alright.
Yeah. Well, I loved it. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the not world building, but because it's based on real life. But I loved how it recreated a time and a place that I have a great interest in. I thought Ethan Hawke did a great job. It was a little campy at times too, which it should be because it's subject matter, and I thought it said a lot about show business and loneliness and sadness and trying to fit in. Yeah,
that I do agree with. It did. For me, it was just a little self-indulgent and too long, but we move. And I did like it. I would still recommend going to see it. On to... what?
You really sold it.
Yeah, you've already done that. You don't need me to do that.
If you like me, go see it. If you like Gary, don't go see it.
Well, hopefully you like both of us.
Well, which one do you prefer, though? No, it's the end of the season. We need to know.
You know one of us is
Who's got a better taste? To be fair, we agree on a lot of things. And
this is true.
Slight disagreement on Blue Moon.
Well, one thing we can agree on is this week's Shelf Love being two of the best releases of the year. AIM Publicity sent us a limited edition 4K box sets. Two limited edition 4K box sets of films that are out on Monday. First up, we have Reanimator, which, now both of these, obviously, with Second Sight, as you know with Second Sight, their UHD transfers are always stunning, so that goes without saying. That these films look and sound better than they've ever done. But the packaging for these sets is absolutely glorious. Reanimator comes with a slipcase and a 120-page booklet with lots of essays and 6 collector's art cards. And the release itself comes with so many different documentaries and essays and commentaries, but also the integral version of Reanimator as well. If you are a fan of this H.P. Lovecraft, Stuart Gordon classic, this is a must-own. But, and we'll go back to Reanimator, because I obviously, would like to hear your thoughts on Reanimator. But the second release, and as great as Reanimator is, go out and buy it. But the second release is Possession, and that isn't just one of the best physical media release of the year. In my opinion, it is the best physical media release of the year. Second Sight have just gotten better with every single release, and this is just god tier physical media. I mean, Possession has needed a 4K release for a long time now in the UK, and it's more than worth the wait. The box is gorgeous. It comes with a 220-page hardback book with essays. It also comes with the script as well, the original script, with notes from the director, and it comes with art cards as well. It's just stunning. It really, really is. It's releases like this that really make me love collecting physical media, and having this on display in our flat. It's really, really beautiful, and we are so grateful to AIM Publicity for sending us this. This also comes with the North American re-edit, which has been newly restored from an archive print, and again, so many documentaries, deleted scenes, commentaries. It is just phenomenal.
Yeah, two absolutely magnificent releases of two films that really deserve proper deluxe editions within your, home media collection. We collect a lot of Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, and these are two films that we've had other versions of in the past.
Second Sight in the past,
Second
Blu-ray.
Sight, absolutely. But these are two films that we really fucking love.
Yeah.
And it's so good to see them get the releases that they deserve.
Yeah.
Possession, we've discussed it during this season.
Yeah.
It was a video nasty. So if you haven't listened to that episode, go back. And we'll tell you all the reasons why you need to watch the film. And because it's so good, and because of all the things that we love about it, a real deluxe edition allows you to delve so deep into the history of the film, into interpretations of the film and the filmmakers, and absolutely highly recommend. Yeah. And Reanimator is just a really fucking fun 80s horror film. It's what I think of when I think of 80s horror. It's gory, it's over the top, it's campy, and to get a great edition again like this, and to see it in 4K, and highly recommend.
Yeah, and again, both are out on Monday, 15th of December, from the geniuses over at Second Sight Films. We are so excited for whatever they are going to throw our way in 2026. But for now, we have 4 films to discuss to finish off this season. Starting with the final first time watch for us of the Video Nasties. It's Visiting Hours from 1982.
In this hospital, your next visit may be your last.
All visitors, please leave the hospital. Dr. Len.
Visiting Hours, so frightening you may never recover. Starring Lee Grant, William Shatner, Linda Pearl.
AKA Get Well Soon, The Fright, Horror Hospital, Terror at the Central Hospital, Panic at the Hospital, Death in a Round, The Visiting Hall of Horror. Oh no, I'm quite like, I get... Saying it out loud makes more sense. Bloody Hands, Visit Time, The Killer is on the Prowl, and Night Hunt.
I quite like Get Well Soon.
I like Get Well Soon, but I actually think Visiting Hours...
It's a good title, yeah.
I think that's a great title. Yeah.
Well, it's directed by Jean-Claude Lord and written by Brian Taggart. and starring Lee Grant, William Shatner, Michael Ironside, and Linda Pearl. And it's about a deranged, misogynistic killer who assaults a journalist. When he discovers that she survived the attack, he follows her to the hospital to finish her off. Oh, excuse me.
Oh my god. Despite being a talented Oscar-winning actress, Lee Grant's career ends up in intensive care after an onslaught of bad roles. During visiting hours, will she be able to produce a decent film and survive the night? And, spoiler alert, she does.
She does.
She does.
Good for her.
That sounds a little harsh on Lee Grant, but
Yeah.
she won for Shampoo, and she did The Swarm, she did Omen 2, so it wasn't necessarily a huge... Airport 77, I think she had a small role in, so it's not as if it, blew her up into the A-list. But she's a fantastic, talented actress who is still with us. I think she turned 100 last month. So she's still with us. And this is a fucking fun film.
It is. It wasn't prosecuted.
No.
It was originally passed with cuts for cinema, released with approximately 1 minute cut in 1986, passed uncut in 2017. It was the first of the Video Nasty films to be aired on television. And the ITV network aired the film uncut in 1989 and subsequently received a fine from the Broadcasting Standards Council.
Right. It's also the first and only Video Nasty to feature William Shatner.
That is true. William Shatner is in this. It's, for me, this is what Halloween 2 wanted to be.
Yes.
It does what Halloween 2 tried to do, but I think it does it a lot more successfully. Because this is genuinely a really creepy film. It's actually, I think, a very underrated slasher. And I think a lot of that is a compliment to Michael Ironside, who, at first just starts killing people with his willy out.
Well, the first, he does attack poor Lee Grant
he does
in a murder. Was it her housekeeper that got murdered?
Yeah.
We never actually saw that murder, but he's 10 to midnighting it.
He is. I had in my notes not the attack of the naked man with piercings, and little did I know it was Michael Ironside.
Michael Ironside.
Did not expect that because you couldn't see his face properly at first.
William Shatner wanted that role.
That is
but
hilarious.
They gave it to Michael Ironside.
I could not imagine William Shatner running around naked trying to kill someone.
No.
Michael Ironside gets one hell of a role in this. He's like master of disguise. He just has all these different outfits. His leather vest is certainly a choice.
Yeah, it's kind of leather, but kind of rubbery, like a real shiny, almost vinyl.
Yeah.
That was very confusing. Yeah, I think he does a great job. And you compared it to Halloween 2, and it makes sense to compare the two. Because what Halloween 2 unfortunately did was you had your star in bed through the majority of the film. So there wasn't a lot for her to do. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The heart of the film, which is Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
In this case, it's Lee Grant. And she's also in bed for a hell of a lot of the film. What this film does successfully is it gives us someone else of interest that it also follows. So one of the nurses becomes Michael Ironside's target instead of Lee Grant, because Lee Grant probably cost a little more.
That is true, yes.
So, and you're kind of invested in her story too. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's where it beats Halloween 2 in those regards, because essentially it's kind of the same film.
Yeah.
Really. It's very, very similar. I liked Michael Ironside's performance.
Yeah.
Very creepy. I think, unfortunately, he plays creepier guys very well.
Mm-hmm.
He does get sexiest male.
Does he?
When he's wearing those glasses.
Okay.
He does put on wire frame glasses at one point.
Glasses.
And I was like, okay. Yes.
Yeah, he's very good. I think that Lee Grant is very good in her small role. I also think that Linda Pearl is very good as the nurse.
Linda Pearl, thank you.
But again, it's incredibly creepy. Like, my favourite kill is for the old lady that gets it in the hospital randomly from Michael Ironside.
Oh my god, that was genuinely incredibly creepy.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
It's not even like a
No.
big, elaborate kill. It's, it's quite simple, but it's the execution of it.
He literally watches her pass away whilst taking photos.
Yeah.
It incredibly creepy. And I tend not to get creeped, particularly by what should be a throwaway slasher film.
Yeah.
Based in a hospital. But I was like, oh my god, it really affected me.
We also get death by a stress ball as well.
Yeah, we do, yes.
Did you also appreciate that when Lee Grant is put in hospital, the first thing she does is ask for a mirror?
Yeah.
Diva's glowy looking good.
Well, she's gonna get her bob in check, hasn't she?
That's true.
That's kind of a theme this episode.
There's a lot of bobs.
Lots of bobs. Yeah.
It is Battle of the Bobs.
She's like, I gotta make sure I still look like Ellen Burstyn.
That is true. That is true. But it's great, and I always enjoy discovering new slasher films because it's my favourite subgenre. It's always nice to discover new ones that I haven't watched yet from the 80s because it's so saturated. There's so many of these 80s slasher films, and a lot of them, are just throwaway slashers. But I would put this up there with some of the best. I would absolutely revisit this.
Yeah, absolutely. It is just a slasher film, so it's not the most original film on the planet.
No.
I don't think it needed to be an hour and 42 minutes. That is lengthy for a slasher film. And I also feel like the film spoke on misogyny.
Yeah.
It was the killer's main motive. But I feel like it could have gone a little deeper with that. Mm-hmm. I feel like it could have really have said something about that. Yeah. And that probably would have pushed it even higher within my sort of rankings of slasher films. When it really had something to say. But it was effective for what is essentially a throwaway slasher film that probably Lee Grant thought no one would ever talk about.
Yeah, it was nice to have...
Feature, and then it got on the Video Nasties list.
It's nice to have one, that is at least trying to talk about violence against women rather than just depicting it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like it could have gone deeper.
Oh yeah,
that,
no, definitely.
Yeah, no, I actually really recommend. If you like slasher films, I actually really recommend it.
Yeah. It has an IMDb rating of 5.7 out of 10, a Letterboxd rating of 3 out of 5. I gave it 4 out of 5.
I gave 3.5 out of 5.
Did it deserve to be on the list, and why do we think it's on the list?
I don't think it deserved to be on the list.
No.
I think there is a scene where he runs a knife up a woman's body.
Yeah.
And the knife goes over her underwear.
Yeah.
Her knickers. And I feel like that is probably what got it on the list.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it's a highly effective, creepy scene. Like, really, really...
It is?
Effective. And I props to all of the cast, but I actually do think Michael Ironside is the standout here.
Yeah.
And I think his performance makes it feel so creepy. Mm-hmm. And he does a really good job.
Yeah. I completely agree. And... from one good film to another, it's The Witch Who Came from the Sea from 1976.
AKA The Witch Who Came from the Sea.
That's all it's
That is it. And do you know what? That is a fucking fantastic title for a film.
It is. It's directed by Matt Cimber and written by Robert Tom, and starring Millie Perkins, Lonnie Chapman, Vanessa Brown, Peggy Fury, and I wish my name was Peggy Fury. And it's about
Pegging Fury, more like.
a disturbed woman who is haunted by memories of childhood abuse, which culminates in a murder spree.
Yes. In an effort to do us all a favour, Molly decides to start killing men. As she becomes increasingly erratic, will she be caught by the painfully dull police officers on her trail?
Well,
Genuinely might be some of the dullest police officers in cinematic history.
yeah.
Like, those two were complete non-entities.
Yeah. There's no
Just going
there.
to random people. Like, oh, so what's going on
Yeah.
here then? You know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. Okay. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
What is bizarre about this film is the fact that it wasn't prosecuted. When we first watched this, I remember saying, "Oh, why was that on the Video Nasties list?" But now, having done research as to what gets you on the Video Nasties list,
Yes.
not prosecuted is wild. And it was released uncut in 2006. Now, it's a very personal production. George Buckflower not only acts in this film as one of the boring detectives investigating the murders committed by Millie Perkins, but also served as the film's casting director. So he cast his own daughter, Vakina, to play young Molly in the disturbing flashback sequences in the film.
Oh my goodness.
And the character of Molly was actually patterned after screenwriter Robert Tom's one-time wife, lead actress Millie Perkins. For example, Perkins' real-life father was a sea captain, just like her dad is in this film. So it was written around this actress, and she does a fantastic job. And it, like I said, I do understand this time why it's on the list, but in terms of comparing it to other Video Nasties, this is closer to Possession in the way that it's like, wow, this doesn't feel like what you would expect a Video Nasty to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what we nowadays would call elevated horror.
Absolutely.
Where, to be on the Video Nasties list, you're in the same category as fucking SS Experiment Camp. Which is the bottom of the barrel bullshit when it comes to horror. Whereas this says something and is something, and it's emotional, and it allows, you know, the Millie Perkins?
Yeah.
Molly's the character, excuse me. Millie Perkins to give a real performance and to act out real serious emotions. But with horror as well.
Yeah.
It's a very effective film. I love the feel of it. It's folk horror. It's coastal horror. Which I love. I love that feeling. Have we watched a bad coastal horror?
I don't think so.
Because I'm thinking Dead and Buried.
Yeah.
What's the one we watched on Halloween at the cinema?
Messiah of Evil.
The Fog. It's The Fog. It's got that kind of feeling to it.
Well, there's a reason it feels like The Fog. It's actually from the same cinematographer that worked with John Carpenter on The Fog. And also worked with him on Halloween and The Thing as well. He was an uncredited cinematographer on this film, and it looks incredible. Again, you know, I don't want to put Video Nasties in a certain box when films like Possession and The Evil Dead and Inferno exist on there. But I mean, you know, amongst those films that look great and are, you know, masterpieces, this is amongst them, and it looks incredible. It really, really, like, you get artsy, psychedelic moments. It just really captures a very specific atmosphere and tone throughout the entire film that really, really works. But above all else, it is a character study. It is a character study that does tackle trauma, repression, and sexuality, as well as abuse, and it doesn't do it in a subtle way. Let's just say that.
Yeah. It deals with the trauma of childhood sexual assault in an intriguing way, and for me personally, I do believe in the hands of a female director or writer.
Oh yeah, it could have. Yeah.
some of the unevenness could be resolved.
Yeah.
But I think they actually do a very good job of making it not feel sleazy or exploitative. It's an uncomfortable film, absolutely. But what we've seen so much of similar subject matter is from a male perspective.
Yeah.
And so many of the films that we've discussed during this season of Video Nasties and horror in general, a lot of them start with a young boy seeing his mum have sex with someone who's not his dad or whatever. And then that whole psycho kind of trope, the issues with the mother, make him a misogynistic killer.
Yeah.
And we've seen that so many times. And that's not to say that this is... I don't think this is a slasher film at all. It could have been a slasher film. It could have been, but I don't think it is. It's more of a psychological horror.
Yeah.
But it does it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And it's a female that has had trauma. And I think what is very telling is that her mental health has declined because she was abused as a child.
Yeah.
And it's makes everything feel more serious. If you understand what I mean, if that
of course.
that makes sense. Whereas when we've seen it in slasher films from the male perspective, it's almost throwaway. It's just like, oh well, just he walks on his mum having sex and now he's gone crazy, and that's it. And I think there's, because of the female perspective, because of that, it's more interesting.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's pretty much the film that Saint Maud would go on to be.
Yes.
Which I think is a film that actually demonstrates how much better it can be when it's made by a woman. A lot of similar themes and everything, and it's executed brilliantly. But this is near perfect. And it just really, really well made, really intelligent. And there are fun moments, there are camp moments. I mean, the film starts with our lead character telling one of her nephews, bury your brother's head in the sand and I'll hang you up by your thumbs, or at least your mother will. Followed by her constantly telling them off and referring to their sea captain grandfather as a sailor. Telling them off for referring to their sea captain grandfather as a sailor. And before she starts glaring at muscly men working out on the beach and fantasizing about them dying. It's camp. It is so camp. Moments like that. And we get a Challenger style moment in a motel that ends in castration.
Yes.
And includes the dialogue, "Easy on the merchandise, you silly cunt," whilst she grabs someone's foot a little too hard.
Her work friend.
Yeah.
She's a character. Very fun.
The blonde Bob Diva.
So my favourite of her dialogue is they're all questioning who killed these two football players and castrated them. And there's like, well, who did kill them then? To which her friend responds, faggots.
Yes.
All football players are faggots.
Closet queens.
Closet
and she has
queens.
details.
And only men could have killed them. Which is really interesting, really intriguing. The conversation around, well, no woman could have killed these two burly men. That isn't explored more.
Yeah.
But that could have been explored.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The fact that, women couldn't be killers.
Yeah. No, it's a very interesting plot point. It could have gone into a little more.
Yeah. But I think overall, it's a fantastic film. Like, I genuinely do. I think it creates a wonderful atmosphere. Again, it's one of those films that's slightly off, which makes it incredibly intriguing. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's not the lengthiest film. I think the performances are great. I do think Millie Perkins, there were a couple of times where it used to kind of make me laugh, but I don't know if that's just the age of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It
yeah.
was just a couple of times where she was, it felt like she was maybe overacting, but you know, whatever. It adds to the sort of campier elements of the film.
For best kill, I think for me it's the bathroom castration with the shaving razor that starts at the neck and then works its way down to the cock.
Oh yes, of course. I think my favourite would be at the beginning where she's fantasizing about them dying on all that equipment on the beach. I thought that imagery was
also
very interesting.
The way that's shot with the bodybuilders working out on the beach kind of reminded me of Love Lies Bleeding. I feel like Rose Glass has been very inspired by this film.
Maybe.
Who's your pin-up? Is it the two men in the motel?
Yes. I think it... Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, it has, shockingly, an IMDb rating of 5.7 out of 10.
That's very low.
What does it have in common with Pink's hit album that features Just Like a Pill?
Misunderstood.
It is misunderstood. Letterboxd rating has a 3.2 out of 5. It's a little more like it. I gave it 4.5 out of 5.
I gave it 4 out of 5.
This deserves to be on the list. Why do we think it's on the list? Despite the fact that it is what an A24 film would be in 2025, it still has some very nasty moments that... I mean, of course some A24 films do as well, but this is like extreme nasty. The sort of things that it kind of feels like, okay, they were pushing boundaries in the 70s.
Yeah.
And, you know, there is the mix of sex and death with the motel scene.
There's some blood and nudity.
But then also there is the really graphic scene of child abuse.
Yeah. It doesn't shy away from it. I mean, it's not... It doesn't feel exploitative.
No.
But it is like quite graphic. Considering
hard
what we're
hitting.
used to, it's hard hitting.
Yeah.
It doesn't shy away from it. I also think a reason why it was on the list is because the poster and the one you'll see on Letterboxd and IMDb, fantastic poster,
misleading but fantastic.
Painted. She's there. She looks like. She's a witch that came from the sea, and she's holding a guy's head, and it says, "Molly really knows how to cut men down to size." Fantastic poster, really phenomenal. Really misleading when it comes to the actual film, but the video that was released and banned actually had the words incest and castration on the front. So I think that also annoyed the DDP. Definitely.
Next up, for our final two films of the season, we're talking about two films by two directors who are tied for the most films on the Video Nasties DPP list. First up, it is also, according to Letterboxd, the most obscure film on the list.
Rightfully so.
It's Women Behind Bars from 1975. The final bad film we'll be discussing.
AKA Diamonds for Hell, Women's Prison, Visa to Die, Women's Prison 3, and A Prison Guard in a Women's Prison.
Women Behind Bars is fine.
Women Behind Bars is fantastic. It's, unless I'm not mistaken, it was also the name of a play.
Yes, it was. It was.
A very, very camp-sounding play from the year 1975, parodying prison exploitation films, like Caged and such, and features very familiar characters based on like Blanche Dubois and such, and Pat Astor and Divine have starred in it. So yes,
Fantastic.
yeah. So it's a great title.
It sounds better than the film.
It's a great title for a shit film.
Directed by Jess Franco, who is tie-in with 3 films, and the next director is, of course, Lucio Fulci. They both have 3 films on the list. If you've decided to wipe your memory of Jess Franco's films, then I can tell you his other films on the list were the actually great Bloody Moon and the worst Video Nasty, as well as maybe one of the top 5 worst films I've ever seen, Devil Hunter. This has a lot in common with Devil Hunter, doesn't it?
Yes.
Which we will get to.
Yes. Jess Franco, his whole career, from what we've seen, very hit and miss. I think he just made a film for the sake of it. And
yes.
I think the really good films were maybe by chance rather than by design.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah,
because even Bloody Moon, I mean, come on, it's a great film, but not always for the right reasons.
No.
Vampire Killer Barbies is so bad it's good.
Yeah.
Written by Marius Lazor and starring Lena Romay, Martine Stedel, Natalie Chapp, and Roger Darton. And it's apparently about a criminal who attempts insurance fraud in a diamond heist. His girlfriend kills him, gets in prison, and undergoes involuntary electric shock treatments. Okay, first of all, that only happens once.
Yes.
And this film is about nothing, but please, give me your version.
Well, basically, there are women.
Yeah.
And there are bars.
Yeah.
And throughout most of the film, those women are behind those bars.
That is very true.
Anything else just isn't worth mentioning.
That is also true. I've never known a film to have so much of its runtime dedicated to just nothing. Just absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't prosecuted. It was passed and cut in 2017. It probably wasn't prosecuted because people probably fell asleep trying to fucking watch it and missed the actual scene that probably should have got it prosecuted. If we're going by Video Nasty standards. Because there's only one really shocking scene in the film, and the rest of it is actually just nothing. It's camp every now and then, not by design, but every now and then it's a bit camp and the women are cunty, but it's fucking boring.
Yeah.
And when it ends, I've already watched this before and I was still shocked the second time around when it ended. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Lena Romay's general cuntiness and Bob do a lot of the heavy lifting here.
She shows up with a bob, a cigarette, a cunty outfit and a dream.
And a camel toe.
She looks fierce, but sadly, soon enough, she's just put into the same black outfit that everyone else is.
That is a shame. I mean, it is a prison film. So
it's a prison film on a budget.
They wear, so day to day, they wear these horrible, like, black smocks or whatever. But at bedtime, none of these women wear anything.
It's so convenient, isn't it? All these women are actually lesbians.
Oh wait, no, they do wear something to bed. A full face of makeup.
That is true. They're all lesbians and they all enjoy sleeping with no clothes on.
Yes.
Massive coincidence there.
Uh-huh.
How all of these women have this in common.
All absolutely stunning women.
Yeah.
With beautiful bodies.
Only attractive lesbians who wear makeup and no clothes to bed and black jumpsuits during the day are allowed to be arrested in France.
Yes. France?
Where
is a French film. Well, Jess Franco's Spain, but I think he just travelled anywhere.
It feels like a French film.
Just to work. Well, that's terrible, isn't it?
Not a very good French film, but it feels like a French film.
Didn't do our research, did we?
But maybe I am wrong.
I'm assuming it's
is
Spanish.
It in Spain?
Let's have a little nose. Excuse, I do apologise. Oh no, it was filmed in France.
I
yeah,
thought
French.
So.
Oh, it's a French production.
Yeah.
Oh, so he just travelled. He's just like, I'll direct that. I'll do that.
But what's funnier to me than this common ground with all the women that are getting arrested is the fact that this is definitely someone's house where they've just put up these really fake looking bars.
Yeah.
It's so low budget and they're so desperate to make it a women in prison film, but they couldn't actually afford to make it an actual prison.
Was the tennis court in the background of one of them, isn't there? In one of the scenes.
Yes.
In the you can see through the window.
Yeah. So there's a lot of smoking in this film. It's a lot of smoking, a lot of talking shit. A lot of people being naked and sleeping together. A lot of
That's like me at uni.
well, a lot of zooming in on vaginas for no apparent reason.
The pussy
Thank you,
panning.
Devil Hunter.
Yeah, the pussy panning is great.
It is. There's a campfight in the courtyard where a woman is told to keep her hands to herself because she's a dirty bitch. We get some other great dialogue later on. It's, turn around, I've had enough of your ugly face. But the shocking moment, the reason, jumping ahead a bit to our question, but probably the only reason this is on the list is because there's a bit of vagina electrocution.
There is. Electroshock. Vaginal electroshock therapy.
Let me remind you again of the premise of this film. This woman undergoes involuntary electric shock treatments with an S.
Yes.
Not true. That is a lie. It's just one scene, and it's, let's face it, just another excuse to zoom in on a vagina.
Well, see, the thing is, as well, and you know, whatever.
Okay.
Bush, no. I'm trying to find a way to word this without sounding weird. Bush is in office.
Okay.
So all you're really getting is a close-up of pubic hair.
I think a little more than that.
Do you think?
I saw a little more than that myself.
Oh, okay. Maybe I needed to
Clean your glasses.
Yeah, maybe
Clean
I
your
need
glasses.
to get an eye test. But I feel like in so many of these films with these, you know, the naked ladies, you don't really see, because Bush is in office, you don't really see the goods.
Well, I mean, a lot of the men who are going to be getting off to films where women are in prison and being electrocuted through their vaginas, and, you know, obviously all the Nazi exploitation ones, I'm sure that probably wouldn't bother them. I'm sure anything goes.
Yeah.
It has an IMDb rating of 4.1 out of 10.
That's high.
That's very high.
That's actually really high.
Letterboxd
because it is an incredibly dull film.
It is. Letterboxd is 2.8 out of 5.
Ooh.
I initially gave it half a star when I first watched it, but I went up to 1 this time around. I think the soundtrack was awful. By the way, soundtrack for the previous 2 films, we didn't talk about it.
I know.
Amazing. Especially
That's true, actually. We
Once You
always
Came From the
forget to
Sea.
talk about, even though I love a soundtrack. I mean,
It's one of the highlights of this
I collect
these films.
vinyls of soundtracks. Yeah, no, the last 2. Yeah, well.
That's good for this. I don't mind it. This
Yeah.
one. It's alright.
It's okay. And like I said, Lena Romay does a lot of the heavy lifting.
She does. There's a lot of camp moments with her.
Yeah, she's got a campiness. She's got a look to her. That jumpsuit with the camel toe. I was fucking living for it.
She does look like she's going to do Cell Block Tango.
Yes.
But
yes.
I gave it 1 out of 5.
I gave it 1 out of 5 as well.
Did it deserve to be on the list? What do you think it's on there? Yeah, I mean, of course, just that one scene.
Well, there's also something that they really hated was naked women being whipped.
That is true.
She was tied up and
Yeah.
Flagellation, is it? Or is that
what
just,
it's called?
or is that just when it's religious?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, it was religiously boring.
It was.
And here we are. The final film
This
of
is it.
the A to Z of the Video Nasties DPP list. Film number 72.
And the only reason we can say A to Z, because it's the only one that begins
That
with
is
Z.
true, depending on what titles you use.
And that is okay, yeah.
But for us, we've used these titles, and so it's the only one, and it's the final one, and we've saved one of the best for last. Thank you, Vanessa Williams. It's Zombie Flesh Eaters from 1979.
Okay, you strapped in?
Oh my god.
It's going to be a lengthy one. AKA Zombie.
Yep.
Zombie 2. Island of the Flesh Eaters, The Reincarnation of Zombies, Panic Night, Zombie 2 Return of the Dead, Zombie Hell, The Green Island of Horrors, Voodoo, The Green Island of Horrors, Island of the Living Dead, Zombie Gnats, Zombie Raid, This Zombie Type is Unusual, which I love. Obviously, these are like transliteral ones. This zombie type is unusual. I fucking love that. I love saying that. Zombies 2, The Island of the Living Dead, New York Under the Terror of Zombies, 99% Dead. Love that. Nightmare Island or Deadland. Now, there are some great titles there.
But yeah,
Zombie Flesh Eaters may be the best title on the Video Nasties list. I fucking love that name for a film.
Yeah.
What a fantastic name. And it's exactly what that title promises as well.
It's
love that.
It's true. And of course, being called Zombie 2, this was perhaps or if not one of the first films in Italy to cash in on an American film by pretending it's a sequel. Dawn of the Dead was called Zombie in Italy, so this was called Zombie 2 in Italy, and it was done without Fulci's permission or knowledge. And he often told fans that it wasn't a sequel and that it's its own film.
Which is, if you watch the film, it's very, very obvious.
Yeah.
It has absolutely nothing to do with George Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, except the fact that I feel like it may be trying to steal a few things from it. Directed by Lucio Fulci, who... what previous films did he have?
The Beyond
and
House by the Cemetery.
That is correct. Written by Elisa Briganti. Written by a woman. And Dardano Cerchetti. And it stars... Previous Video Nasty starred Teaser Farrow, Ian McCulloch, Richard Johnson, and Al Cliver.
Wouldn't she have been in our first episode? Anthropophagus.
She was, indeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, Teaser Farrow.
First and
sandwich.
last. Yeah. And like many Italian horror films at the time, half the cast spoke only English and the other half only Italian. A lot of films that were produced for international distribution were filmed without sound and recorded several dialogue tracks in different languages in the studio for later overdubbing. Because the actors are speaking a number of different languages, the dubbing in all versions of the film is not 100% synchronized. Ian McCulloch, Teaser Farrow, Olga Kalatos, and Stefania DeMario were of the main English-speaking cast, whilst Al Cliver, Oretta Gay, and Dakar were of the main Italian-speaking cast. Oretta Gay, that was my name. And the film itself is about strangers who are searching for a young woman's missing father as they arrive at a tropical island where a doctor desperately seeks the cause and cure of a recent epidemic of the undead.
The dead rise from their very shallow graves to snack on Mia Farrow's sister. Who cares about all that, though? This is the film where a zombie fights a shark.
That is very true.
Like, literally, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
It has... This is the film.
This is
that you've heard
the
of.
one.
This is the one.
And if you don't know about a zombie fighting a shark, then you know about that woman who gets her eye poked with a bit of wood.
Excuse me. Hate when that happens.
But yeah, this is that film.
This is that film.
This is that one.
This is the zombie versus shark. Let's just talk about that first.
In a minute. We'll get to that. 'Cause we have some trivia about that. Well, we'll get to it. But what I was going to say is it's a shame that it's known as that, because this is one of the greatest zombie films ever made.
Really?
One of the greatest zombie films ever made.
And the whole reason is because it's one of the most fun horror films ever
That is
made.
true. That is true.
And part of that is a zombie versus shark fight.
But I mean, it's so much more than just that one scene.
But I think that
it's a highlight.
But the thing is, if you turn round to someone and said, I have this film here.
Yeah.
It has a zombie versus a shark underwater. If they turn round and says, that sounds like a load of shite.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it. you know they ain't going to enjoy the rest.
That's true.
If they turn around and say, I need to watch this immediately, you know they are really going to enjoy the rest of the film.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, it was prosecuted.
Oh.
This is what we need to get through first before we talk about sharks and zombies.
Okay.
It was prosecuted. When it's first submitted to the BBFC in 1980, the film was passed with an X rating with 108 seconds cut. Then with the Video Recordings Act, it was banned in 1984 as a video nasty. It was later removed from the DPP list, and the original cinema release was re-rated in 1992 with an 18 rating. In 1999, it was once again re-rated with only 23 seconds cut for an 18 rating. Finally, it was passed uncut with an 18 rating in 2005 with a 91-minute runtime. And that is when I first watched it, and I remember it was a big deal. Like, my parents knew of it and how it was like this film that was banned and you don't watch this, it's too scary and whatever. And I watched it and I fucking loved it, and I just watched it so many times since. In fact, I believe, I watched this before I watched Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, wow. I watched The Beyond first, did watch City of the Living Dead, and then when the DVD came out, the uncut DVD, I got it, and it came with a poster, and I loved the poster.
Yeah.
I think the poster for this film is one of my favourite posters of all time, with the hand coming out. I love that shit. And I put it on my wall, and it was there for a long time, actually. Yeah. My poor nephew hated it, so I think that's why I took it down. Oh, you know, bless him. He really did not like the poster. But yeah, a long history with this film. Really, really love it. So good.
Yeah. Now let's get to it.
Since let's talk about the shark in the room.
There was no CGI at the time, and
No.
the production didn't have the budget for fancy animatronics, so a real tiger shark was used for the infamous zombie versus shark fight scene. Mm-hmm. As the tiger shark is one of the most dangerous shark species that exists, the shark's trainer, Ramon Bravo, fed the shark right before filming, as well as doping it up with sedatives. So that is a real fucking shark fighting with the zombie.
It is. The underwater camera work for 1979 looks fucking great.
It does.
That scene in particular looks amazing. It's just so cool.
It is. And it's made even cooler by the cunty woman, Aretta Gay herself, who is swimming topless.
Yes.
Before she's interrupted by this fight.
I don't even. She actually manages to beat off. Excuse me. To get away from, the grips of a zombie underwater in just a G-string.
It's true.
It's amazing.
It's true.
It's so cunty.
This is, again, like I said, one of the greatest zombie films ever made for me.
Yeah.
And I think, I prefer Romero's zombie trilogy. Only just, I think this is really up there. But for me, I believe Fulci made the scariest zombies.
Yeah, really creepy.
They're
looking.
modelled to resemble the original voodoo legends of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And people being reanimated after death, in contrast to Romero's zombies, where they kind of look like corpses risen out of the earth, but a little more like theatrical. Whereas here, I don't know, they're more rotted and...
Yeah, with Romero, it's a bigger scale. So like Dawn of the Dead had to have what I believe, hundreds of extras as zombies. So you can't give as great detail in that case. So they're just kind of painted blue and green and grey, which works for the film, which I think actually works. And Dawn of the Dead is probably the best zombie film of all time.
Yeah, no, it is.
In this case, because the numbers are a little smaller, I think what they're able to do is be more detailed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what would a corpse that's been underground for hundreds of years look like?
Yeah.
They're deteriorated. They've got bits flaking off. They're covered in worms and maggots.
Yeah.
One thing that does make me laugh, though, is that the graves are incredibly shallow. Because they just sit up. Like,
it's true.
Talk about 6 feet under. This is 6 inches under.
Yeah.
You know, so it's slightly ridiculous, but it works cinematically because it looks fucking cool.
It does.
As hell.
It does. And the soundtrack, the main title is actually a reworked version of the theme from Godzilla 1977, the colorized Italian re-edit.
Fabio Frizzi did that.
Luigi... Oh, you mean the soundtrack?
Fabio Frizzi did Zombie Flesh Eaters.
Yeah.
So did he steal that then? Or did he do the Godzilla?
I am not sure, but I can find out.
That's very interesting, because it is fucking cool as hell, the soundtrack.
It is.
Like, it works so well.
It is.
So memorable.
It's difficult to think that it would come from anything else because it's so unlike anything else.
Yeah.
It's, but yeah, no.
Well, it's reworked,
Fabio Frizzi
isn't it, I suppose?
worked on. Yeah.
Yeah.
As Magnetic System.
As Magnetic. Yeah, that was his name.
But yeah, it's a phenomenal soundtrack. The film itself, everything about it just looks gorgeous. It's so well shot. It's one of those films where it works just as well if you're watching a gritty, old school, like VHS type version, as much as it would work watching a 4K version. There's merits to both. And the practical effects, they hold up so well.
Yeah.
They've aged brilliantly. Like, the best kill for me is the wood through the eyes kill.
Absolutely.
Because it's just disgusting. If you don't like any sort of eye trauma, this is not the film for you, because it's the nastiest thing you'll ever see with an eye in a film.
Yeah. I love The Beyond. The Beyond is probably my favourite Fulci film.
Yeah.
But if you can give a criticism, is that sometimes it does look a little not shoddy, but it hasn't aged as well, the special effects. The special effects in this, I think, have aged incredibly well.
Yeah.
That scene with the eye, I mean, looks great.
Yeah.
Doesn't look fakey or shitty or crappy. I think this film perfectly manages to toe the line between creepy and atmospheric and fun and campy horror, which, you know, feed me more. That is what I love in horror. You can create something atmospheric that is horror, but you can also give me a campy, fun, silly time. I love that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No,
like, really,
I
genuinely.
agree.
Yeah. And Fulci, at his best, does that incredibly well.
He does.
That is his trademark. That is what he does so wonderfully, is towing the line between creepy, atmospheric horror and fun, campy time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And the cast as well. It's a great cast. Obviously, you know, we have the English dub that always kind of takes away a little bit from some performances, but I think it's a great collection of people who are in a lot of exploitation films around this time, and they do a really great job with what they're given amidst this beautiful location setting.
Yeah. I'm not expecting Oscar-worthy performances, and they do a good job.
Yeah,
especially the rather handsome, if I remember, Al Cliver.
Yeah.
Who the ruggedly handsome Brian.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's my pin-up for the last pin-up of this season.
It has an IMDb rating of 6.8 out of 10, a Letterboxd rating of 3.6 out of 5. It's a 5 out of 5 from me.
Yeah, it's 5 out of 5 for me.
Did it deserve to be on the list? Why do we think it's on the list? Very obviously, the graphic violence. And,
yes. all of that graphic violence.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
But we do have one final that could have been a nasty, a modern film that would make it onto the list. And for me, I'm going with the obvious, and I'm going with Saint Maud, which is pretty much a remake of The Witcher Came from the Sea.
Yes, and seeing as it's our last episode of the season, very obvious choice, 2021's Censor,
Yes.
which is a film about the video nasties.
Absolutely.
And a great film at that as
It is.
well. It's actually very, very good. We'd highly recommend.
You can find us on all social media by searching the name of the podcast, and if you could go give us a rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're listening to this, we would be so grateful. Well, we won't be back in 2 weeks, but we can announce that there will be another season. You can't get rid of us that easily.
Yes.
Chris has lost his mind and agreed to come back again and talk with me, talk shit with me.
I was going to say, anyone would think I actually enjoyed doing this.
Talk shit with me about a bunch of films. So we will return after a brief break. There may be some bonus episodes in the meantime. You'll have to wait and see. But we will... and there's one last season, for Season Siren. There we go.
There we are.
If that has been picked up. They've appeared throughout the entire season.
I was
Why
going to
break
say...
a habit now? We almost had a whole episode about one. We will return
I suppose it happens a lot, but we don't notice it until it disrupts the episode.
Yeah.
Not to go into too much of a tangent, sorry.
We will return for our next season in 2026, and to celebrate the 30th anniversary of films such as Scream, The Craft, and Beautiful Thing, we will be delving into teen cinema of the late 90s and the early 2000s, an era that formed its own very specific style that is camp, self-referential, and full of nostalgia for us. We will be talking about each year from 1995 to 2005 and discussing specific film highlights across all genres, as well as the fashion, music, TV, and general pop culture from around that time. It's going to be, as the critics would say back then, very hip, very cool, and very sexy.
That's the sequel.
Yeah.
It always
Twice as hip,
sequels
twice as cool,
always
twice
hit.
as sexy.
But yeah, we're going to discuss films that I believe formed our viewing as teenagers. It'd be very nostalgic.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for the final time this season, I've been Gary, he's been Chris, and we will maybe see you for some bonus episodes, but either way, we'll definitely see you. We won't see you, but you'll hear us. Same time, same place, in 2026.
Bye.